Okay, so I think I'm going to try this again. My name is Bobbi, and I want to paint. I love to paint. What is I'm crazy about painting? I have this giant brush. It's a size 15. You don't need that big a brush, but when I'm showing you something, I would like to be able to use a big brush so you can see it better. I'm going to use a favorite color of mine. It's Cranberry Wine by Deco Art Americana. And I'll just pour some out on I've got an old paper plate, but not an old one. It's a brand new one, but, well, I've been using it a little bit. But anyway, I have a paper plate and I put that on there. Now I'm going to put some white on. I love the paint in tubes, but they're thicker. And when it comes to painting figures and getting detailed, you really need the thinner paint. So I have white and I have a beautiful color of cranberry. So I'm going to load my brush up. I have a flat brush and I'm putting part of the paint on one side, part of the paint on the other, and I'm going to go right between the two and wiggle back and forth and get it so it combines. And then I will start with my brush perpendicular from the paper, and I'm going to fill my paintbrush up again. I have this kind of paper here. It is hard to get it to stick well on there. So I went around and made a shell kind of look. Push down on the brush, push down on the brush, and I brought down both sides. I'm going to have to learn how to tell what I'm doing. Apparently I don't know how to tell. But there, I crossed over and I'm getting more paint. I like to have a lot of paint on my brush. I just double dip and then roll it back and forth. Now I'm going to make this like a petal coming over from the side. Get some more white and kind of cross it over. That's not working out so good. Just kind of crazy back and forth strokes. Well, that's one rose, but that's not the way I wanted it to go. So let's try again, okay? So here we are. When you practice, you really got to practice a lot. Okay, so now up there, pull it down. A lot of what you do when you paint with a brush is stand it straight up, push down. It's the pushing down, it's the pulling up, pulling it around, things like that. You are manipulating your brush to do what it is you want it to do. I'm going to bring this around and bring this around. Always remember to keep your white on the outside, since that's where all your petals have got to look the same. And this has a bunch of drag there, so I'm going to go back over it. Like that. I ended up with more white on that one, so I'm going to fool around with this just a little bit to get it the way I want it to be. Just like that. That's pretty good. Okay, now that looks like a mess of petals, but that's just the first row. So let's put a second row on. And every time you put a second row on, you want to put it right between the first two. Just like that. I'm going to get more paint. And then bring this around. Bring this around. And have them meet, pretty much. Then you want to bring another row in, and every time you bring a row in, you come in a little closer, you come in around, you go over the top of, remember to cross over between the two petals, and it's coming along really pretty now. Now we're going to just kind of bring some, whoa, doesn't that look nice? That looks like a little bud, and this looks like a rose. Okay, so now what we need is to wash out our brush, get it clean as we can. Then we're going to make leaves. So I've got a beautiful green here. I don't know, which green do you like? I kind of like this one. Maybe we could make a double green. Maybe we'll try that. Oh, you know what? This hasn't even been opened yet. So I'm going to try another green, this one here. We're going to try this one. And, oh, that's too thin. Okay. Shake up your paints if they're too thin. Sometimes they need shake. Sometimes they need shaken. Okay, there we are. Then I want to use a little light yellow or something, like a butter yellow, or to go with that. That's too bright. This one here. This is just kind of a rosy beige is what it is. And that might look real pretty with the pink in the flower petal. So I'm going to put some of that out. Okay, so you want to use the same size of brush for the flower as you do for the petal. So now I'm going to start again and load up my brush with 2 different colors. And can you see this over here? I don't even know if you can see how I'm doing this, but I grab some green, some of that color, and then combine them back and forth till I get this shaded from green over to the other color. And I'm going to put the green on the outside edge. So here we go. I'm going to wiggle, 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 wiggle out there. And then I'm going to go try and go right around those petals. Just like that. And then I can come back down through there and make a stem kind of thing. So there, like that. Okay, so let's put another leaf over in here. Wiggle, 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 wiggle. And stretch it out. And there's another side. So then we will make a center come down through there. And a third leaf is always good. I think 3 leaves is very good. I usually do make 3 leaves. So this is going to go like this and come up there. Ah, beautiful, isn't it? So now let's just take a little different color of green and we'll put a beautiful fern on there. Whoa. Splashing water all over the place. We'll use the same color of the second color as we did before. But what I'm going to do is pull down, pull in, and pull down, pull in. There we go. Okay, and now what we are going to do is put leaves on. And you can do this in so many ways. It is so cool. But you can just kind of go like this and like that. And isn't that pretty? And remember that they're kind of on top of each other. Life is never next to each other. It's also inside of each other. Just kind of like you and your friend or your child. You guys get inside of each other. You just fall in love with each other and share space. So here we are. I hope the Lord's inside of you because He is a lover and He will really show you how to love. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? So now what we're going to do is put some white dots, which are, we didn't put seeds in there. We need to put a few seeds in there. And also maybe a stem. Just kind of a little light stem in there. Like that. I think we're good. Thanks for watching.